Hello group, welcome to XRP Insider, where we explore the most recent developments and XRP ripples. News providing analysis and views on the trends influencing the digital finance industry. We have the year's tale to share with you today. We're embarking on a saga today. The crypto world is engulfed in that. In contrast to the SEC and the future roadmap, the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, navigates challenging waters for his business while facing a lawsuit that has the potential to drastically alter cryptocurrency legislation in the future. XRP ripples are the center of the storm's genesis. Currently under investigation by the SEC and suspected of being an unregistered security, how do ripples move? As we learn more about this high-stakes legal struggle and its potential to have ripple effects on the larger cryptocurrency market and the future of digital finance, this legal maze may establish a precedent for the entire sector. For you, I have the best video, guys, to watch, so stay put until Ripple's position is made apparent at the very end. They're working non-stop to demonstrate that XRP is not a security, but they also have plans to move operations outside of the US. Ripple is not the only one who is at risk. Ripple is planning for all potential outcomes. This case brings to light more general concerns with cryptocurrency regulation. How can we strike a balance between consumer protection and innovation? What does this signify for other cryptocurrencies? We're here to break down how the Ripple SEC case is a signpost for the future of the sector. Please make sure you subscribe before we begin, and if you have already, kindly inform us in the comments section. An overview of Ripple's plans for the ensuing year, and for those who are not familiar with the SEC lawsuit, the SEC claims that by giving investors XRP, a cryptocurrency that Ripple launched in 2013, the company engaged in an unregistered securities offering. This is the basis of the Ripple SEC complaint. Ripple and Garlinghouse have vigorously contested these claims from the beginning, claiming that XRP is not a security and that the SEC's case is without foundation. They have cited several legal precedents. XRP is a security and should have been registered with the agencies before selling it. With arguments, they feel justify their stance, but as everyone can see, the SEC is attempting to turn XRP into a profit. The case has been extensively monitored. And Ripple, and utilizing this precedent to govern the entire crypto business, in particular, aiming to convert every single cryptocurrency into security, listed most likely under NASDAQ. By the entire cryptocurrency industry, if the SEC is successful in its case against Ripple, it could result in increased regulation and scrutiny of other cryptocurrencies, which could stifle innovation and limit the growth of the crypto industry overall. On the other hand, if Ripple can successfully defend itself against the SEC allegations, it could also serve as a model for other cryptocurrency companies in the market to follow, helping to clarify the regulatory landscape and provide greater certainty for investors and other stakeholders. Now, let me play the actual video for you. Gentlemen, pay close attention to what has been said, and I will offer my analysis. Soon after, I considered ETFs possibly centered around baskets. Diversify the risk in light of the ETF's recent surge in popularity. Vivacious, you are currently in negotiations with the biggest issuers, namely BlackRock. Do this as effectively as possible. I won't comment on that since, well, BlackRock has made certain statements in public, and, well, I think it makes sense for the XRP community as a whole. Of course, Ripple is a major player in the XRP ecosystem, but it's not the only one. As you can see, before the SEC litigation, XRP was, I believe, the second most valuable digital asset due to the challenges. As of right now, we've observed that is mostly abetted, but in the long term, these items are seen from your point of view. How can you use these various digital assets to address practical problems and create value? Bitcoin is doing admirably as a store of value. Given its characteristics of being incredibly quick, incredibly efficient, and inexpensive per transaction, which makes it perfect for payments, Ripple has really leaned into that as a business, as you can see. From the video, it's evident that Brad draws a distinct line between Bitcoin and the role of Ripple and XRP. The future of Ripple is in the global transaction space, and that is how it differentiates itself from Bitcoin and clearly positions itself as the leading global finance platform. Now, back to the case and the original point. So despite the SEC's positioning, seeing RL as a potential security is basically what Ripple will be doing, albeit it wasn't explicitly mentioned during the video. In response to some of the SEC's concerns, Garlinghouse and Ripple have taken action. For instance, they have made their move public. To avoid the regulatory uncertainties and possible legal dangers involved with operating in the United States, some operations are conducted outside of the country. Additionally, Garlinghouse has been outspoken in his criticism of the SEC and how it plans to regulate cryptocurrencies. He has maintained that the agency has not consistently worked to regulate cryptocurrencies. Given that they haven't given us precise instructions about what's acceptable and what isn't, when can we anticipate the ripple? In contrast to an SEC lawsuit, many analysts predict that it will remain in place. April, as well as the knowledge that Ripple is considering a March IPO. It appears that one of the possibilities put forth to properly settle the SEC issue for Ripple is the initial public offering, IPO, along with moving outside of the U.S. What does all of this mean, and where does it lead? That gets us to the point where Ripple plans to go public in March. An initial public offering, or IPO, is essentially the process by which Ripple is listed on an exchange, most likely the U.S.'s NASDAQ. Permit investors to purchase Ripple. Brad is also discussing the possibility of an ETF called XRP that would allow investors to purchase something akin to the Bitcoin ETF. He is certainly open to the idea. We hope to investigate these possibilities in April of this year to bring the SEC and Ripple saga to a close. XRP and Ripple are two distinct things in this instance, even though Ripple lists itself as a security on the market. Sorry, but as the corporation lists itself, Ripple may diversify. Divest some of its operations outside of the United States, which may help to allay some of the worries that the SEC has been voicing and may perhaps be sufficient for the SEC to withdraw the lawsuit. In that scenario, XRP stays an asset and Ripple continues as a listed security. As a token, which any willing investor may then be able to purchase as an ETF, much like how the Bitcoin ETF is set up to strike the correct balance between these conflicting interests. Is one of the main issues facing regulators, business executives, and other industry participants in the cryptocurrency space. The Ripple CC lawsuit will certainly be just one of several well-known cases that influence the regulatory environment surrounding cryptocurrencies in the years to come. Sapphire and Brad Garlinghouse are going through a difficult time. Still, they are dedicated as they work through the SEC litigation and the larger problems confronting the cryptocurrency business. It will be crucial for industry leaders to innovate and expand in this dynamic and quickly changing sector as the cryptocurrency market continues to mature and change. To strike the correct balance, regulators and other interested parties should collaborate. Between the rise of innovation and regulations, building a more resilient and sustainable cryptocurrency system will require overcoming many obstacles, of which compliance with the Ripple SEC lawsuit is just one. Hopefully, today's news has provided you with the knowledge and understanding necessary to make the best choices. Brad's intention to position Ripple and X for success is evident. There are many opportunities in the space, and Ripple is aiming to overtake Bitcoin as the second most popular cryptocurrency in the United States so that we may all benefit greatly from it. If you like this, keep in mind that, going forward, this content is for educational purposes only and is not investment advice. Deep exploration. Kindly like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your ideas. I'll see you tomorrow for more insider information from XRP.